Welcome back to ciLiving. Exciting changes are coming to the Urbana Free Library, and they still have plenty of programs and books for you to enjoy. Lyndzie Taylor is joining me now with more information. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so you are about to start a big renovation. So what does everybody need to know?
Yeah, so we're doing a partial first floor renovation of the library, and we are also remodeling Megan's room on the ground floor in our children's area. So there will be kind of a lot happening in the library over the next several months. Part of the first floor will be closed, but the library is still open. We still have all the same services and programs that you love, and we offer a curbside pickup service if you can't make it into the library or don't want to deal with the construction.
That's fantastic. I feel like that's great that you're still able to provide all of the services,
Yes.
but it's going to be brand new and ready to go.
Yes.
So when are the renovations projected to be finished?
Yeah, so this Thursday and Friday, July 31st and August 1st, the library will be closed to prep for those renovations. And then starting Saturday, August 2nd, we will have temporary hours, just reduced a little bit, but we're still open 7 days a week. And that will be when construction is taking place, is probably over the next few months. We expect to be done in November or December, but of course, you know, construction could always change.
Perfect. And you have a lot of book recommendations since you
Yes.
will be open. So what books did you bring today?
Yeah, so today I brought some staff picks. So our staff members like to suggest their favorite books. So I've got some of our recent ones. So my first pick here, this is one of Gretchen's picks and also one of mine. I love this book. It's called A Rip Through Time by Kelly Armstrong. It is a time travel murder mystery romance.
Ooh.
Yeah, so this modern day detective goes back in time to Victorian Scotland, and she solves murder mysteries with her gang of misfits, and there might be a little romance too.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah.
And then what about the next one?
So this was a favorite at the library. It's Robin's pick, and Robin told all of us to read it at the library, and we loved it. So this one is called Behind Her Eyes by Sarah Pinborough. It is a suspense, I wouldn't quite say thriller, but I guess more of a suspense novel. At first you think it's just sort of like relationship melodrama. This woman falls in love with a married man that she works with. There's a love triangle, but something is very wrong in their marriage. We're not sure what it is, and she's got to get to the bottom of it. And there's a bit of an unreliable narrator, so you're not quite sure what's going on, and it keeps you guessing until the very last page. There's a really cool twist at the end. Can't say anything about it, but you have to read it.
Awesome. No spoilers,
Yes.
but there's a twist. And I always really like books with unreliable narrators. I think
Yes.
that is just such a fun mechanic. And then what about this one?
So this one is called Every Man Dies Alone by Hans Fallada. This is a historical novel based on a true story about a German couple in World War II. They were fighting as part of the Nazi resistance, and it's a story of love, loss, and just standing up for what's right, and it's all based on a true story. And this is one of Caleb's picks.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds very sweet.
Yes, this one right here is called The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid, who's a very big author right now. And this one takes place in modern day, but it's an old Hollywood star. As she gets older, she tells her story to a young journalist, and you just get Hollywood scandal, tragedy, love, all of those things. And this one was recommended by both Jessica and Brittany.
And is this a fiction book, or is this an autobiographical of that?
Nope, this one is fiction.
Fiction.
Yep.
Okay. Because I remember reading Greta Garbo's biography a long time ago, and just hearing all of those old Hollywood stories. So that would be fun to hear sort of the take of fiction of Hollywood
Yes,
stories.
if you like old Hollywood glam and you know, scandal, it's a
Glam
book for you.
and scandal.
Yes.
Awesome. And then what about this one?
And this one is called The Heretic's Daughter by Kathleen Kent. It's a historical fiction novel. It takes place in Salem, Massachusetts, back during the Puritan times, 1752, during the witch hunts and witch trials. The author is actually a direct descendant of one of the characters in the book.
Oh, wow.
And so she kind of talks about like what that might have looked like back then, even though she, you know, doesn't know much about that person, but kind of what it would have been like back in that time.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
So historical fiction, but from a family member. What a unique sort of connection and through thread. Because like you said, even though she doesn't necessarily know a ton about that person,
Just kind of fills in the gaps of what she does know with what the history of the time.
That is so interesting.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for all of these book recommendations.
Absolutely.
And you also, I always like to point out, do have a library of things. So if you're looking for books, you can get books. If you're looking for a particular item, you can get an instrument, or what are a couple of the other things?
Yes, we've got our music collection, lots of instruments and music gear. We've got our productivity collection, just any types of items you might need for around the house that you only need to use maybe one time. We've got a craft collection and a science collection, all kinds of fun things. So if you can think of it, we probably have it.
The library is such a great resource. Definitely take advantage. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.